like you. Be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one. Only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules my life destroyed.
Oh shit. Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to my second video. And first of all, I want to say huge thanks to everybody who watched my last video, and also for my friends who shared my post on the Instagram and Facebook, whatever. I really appreciate you guys. I was so motivated to make my future video as well. Alright, so in my second video, I'll be inviting two of my friends in my video. And then in the first clip, I'll be talking about my diet stuff and intermittent fasting lifestyle. And then for that video, I will be inviting my friends. His name is Jordan. He's the most of person who has aesthetics as a natural athlete that I know. And then for my second clip, I'll be inviting my friend Maki. He's got the gold medal in the sub-junior powerlifting championship in the Philippines. He's still 17 years old and he's really strong guy. So he'll be talking about my squat session. He'll be explaining what's to improve or whatever. So alright guys, stay tuned.
Wash your hands so clean tonight. You can meet me on the other side. We're impatient like young gods. Feel the shift in the air with me, and the light is what you can't see. Keep on dreaming against all odds.
Alright, what's up guys? So today I'm with Jordan. He is the most aesthetics guy that I know as a natural athlete. I met Jordan 1 year ago, and then he looks really shredded and strong. And then I asked him, what is your diet? And then he told me about the diet and everything, how to work out as well. So if you want to lose your fat and gain muscle, everything, whatever you want to achieve your goal, he will be the big help. So I'll be asking some questions to Jordan. Alright, so can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Hey, I'm Jordan, and I've been training for 9 years, and I've tried all the workout routine from high intensity to low intensity, from bodybuilding, powerlifting. Tried all the diet plans from high carb, low carb, high protein, 6 meals a day, keto, everything you could think of. And now, after 9 years, I finally think I mastered the perfect diet and workout plan for a natural athlete.
Alright, so what is your diet right now, exactly?
My diet right now is intermittent fasting.
Alright, so what is intermittent fasting exactly?
For me, intermittent fasting will help me save time because I won't be eating most of the time. From before, I would eat every 2.5 hours thinking I need to feed the muscle because I would lose it if I wasn't eating. But really, I've read every day about nutrition, and I've figured out that you do not go catabolic if you don't eat within 2 hours, because your body has a reserve energy, which is fat, which will convert into ATP, which will be used as energy.
Okay, so that is the intermittent fasting. When you perform intermittent fasting, is it a diet or a different time schedule of eating? Because you know that most of people still wants to eat like the fat stuff or like the snack. So can we, balance our lifestyle with diet?
Yes, I believe it's really good for your lifestyle, because as soon as you wake up in the morning, you don't have to cook, you don't have to eat, and you can just get ready for work, have your black coffee, it can wake you up, and as you're doing that, you're burning fat from the night before and continuing it from your first day, so you will have energy and you can go have a functional day.
Okay, that's fucking nice. So as I know about intermittent fasting, in the most basic intermittent fasting way is you don't eat 16 hours a day, and then rest of 8 hours you can eat almost anything you want. But if you want to get shredded, you have to think about your macros a little bit, right?
Yes. Well, basically, the misunderstanding about that is if you're intermittent fasting, you don't really need to meet your macro needs, because if you're intermittent fasting, your body recycles the old excess protein, excess carbs, excess fat that your body didn't utilize before because you were feeding yourself with too much food. So basically, if you're intermittent fasting, your body is recycling the old cells, everything, to use as energy. So the word is autophagy, and that's the renewing of your cell, which prevents many diseases and gives you growth hormone, which is a fat burning and muscle gaining hormone, and makes you look younger, and also will save you money.
Wow, so much benefits.
Yes.
But when you imagine that you're not gonna eat 16 hours a day, that sounds really crazy, right? But how do you sustain your body and hunger?
So basically, when I wake up, I will have 2 glasses of cold water on an empty stomach to start the digestive system. After that, I will have a green tea or apple cider vinegar to replenish my toxins. And then later on, I will go to the gym. This is about 6 a.m. in the morning. And then I would work out at 7 a.m., still fasted. And when I work out fasted, my growth hormone is elevated from the fasting the night before because I have not eaten. And the longer you go without eating, the higher your growth hormone is released. So throughout the day, I would recommend having 1 liter of water with a pinch of salt, because your electrolytes is lost while you are drinking water and not eating. So we need to replace the sodium that we lose from sweat, urinating, and anything that would cause us to lose water from our body. And if you're hungry, I would advise to drink black coffee or green tea or apple cider vinegar with water, so you can continue with your fast longer.
Okay, so how many hours do you usually fast in a day in your case?
My recommendation for fasting is 16 to 8, which is for beginners, which I did the first day. But for me, I really wanted to push myself, so my first time was about 22 hours of not eating and then 2-hour period of eating. So I've been fasting for about 7 months now, and my fast is about 30 hours to 40 hours without eating.
So did you feel any changes in your strength or fat percentage?
Yes, I did feel a lot of changes in my fat percentage and my strength. As my fat percentage went down, my muscle density went up, along with my strength, because I am utilizing the growth hormone effect of fasting, which will help me push through my workout and achieve the physique I want from the fat burning effect of not eating.
Okay, when you have like the big muscle like you, or like when you're gonna hit like the more heavier weight during the workout, do you need more carb? Do you recommend to set your carb intake high or fat intake high?
Well, for me, the thing about that is people want to lift heavy weights on the day of their workout, but they think that if they eat an hour prior before the workout, that's the energy they would use for that workout. But really, it's not the food that you ate an hour ago that would use for energy. It's the food you ate a couple days ago to a day ago that will use as energy, because it takes time for the food to digest. And if you eat before your workout, you're just spiking insulin. You may feel full, but that's the cause of the water retention due to carbs.
Oh, that's a pump.
Yeah, it's a pump. But really, if you really want to increase your strength, I would eat the night before, increase my calories with fat, good fat, because I'm on a keto diet, and 1 gram of fat is equal to 9 calories.
Yeah.
And that more calories, more energy will produce bigger gains in the gym. But most people don't like to eat fat, so they eat carbohydrates with protein, and that's okay too. But you should never mix fat and carbs at the same time, because it will cause a fat gain.
Okay, so in my case, I do intermittent fasting 3 days in a week.
Yes.
And then I do just a high carb and low fat diet 4 days in a week, which I do powerlifting because I just want to feel stronger and energetic with the food.
Yes.
And then that's also okay, right?
It's okay because you are eating a high carb, high protein with low fat diet, and that's good because you're not mixing the fat and carbs together, and
Okay.
that's the bad thing.
Okay. So So you just said like when you feel like thirsty or hungry, right? So we can just overcome that feeling with taking sea salt. This is Himalayan salt, no?
Yes.
It shouldn't be like white one.
No, you should not use iodized salt or any cheap salt because it is made with 1/3 plastic, 1/3 glass, and 1/3 salt. And if you consume those cheap salt, it will cause a cut in your veins, which will cause plaquing from the cholesterol, and that will cause you high blood. And also, the cheap salt will help you hold water around your face and cause hypertension. But with pink salt, it will cause water retention inside the muscle to feel and hydrate the muscle for your better workout.
So during the time that you're fasting, as a nutrition side, what you need is sodium
Yes.
and potassium.
Potassium.
This one has potassium, right?
Yes, a little bit of potassium. But if you need more potassium, you would need to get it from cream of tartar or, let's say, red bell peppers. And the recommendation dosage for potassium is 4,500 milligrams.
Yeah.
And for salt, they would advise about 2 grams to 3 grams a day of salt, especially intermittent fasting. And especially if you live in a hot climate like we do, we're sweating a lot and we need to hydrate.
Okay. So what about magnesium or other stuff? Do we need to take it during the fast essay? Because if you're gonna take the cream of tartar, it's gonna be the cause to break your intermittent fasting, right?
Yes. So for me, if you ever feel like you have muscle cramp, any fatigue, muscle weakness, that's due to low electrolytes balance. So then I would consume more potassium from my diet. So you can eat it from salad, anything like that. But you would like to consume cream of tartar when you break your fast, so you maintain your fast the whole time.
Okay. So what about this case? Because during the intermittent fasting, I have experienced that I felt palpitation, dizziness, or sometimes I feel like I was fasting out, like falling on down because I think I didn't eat much the vegetables and the stuff. So when you felt that, like, how do you describe that situation?
Basically, the feeling of weakness, palpitations, and dizziness, that's the sign of your blood sugar lowering. It's because so many people eat every 2 hours, 3 hours with carbohydrates, which causes your insulin to spike. And every 3 hours after you eat, you feel tired. So your body craves more sugar. And every time you crave sugar, you will get energy, which will last about 30 minutes and then back down. But since you tried intermittent fasting, your body was craving that sugar, so you become in a hypoglycemic state. So that means low blood glucose. And to normalize, that's why your body is switching from glucose to ketones. That's why I advise if you feel headaches or anything from fasting, make sure you consume your water, salt, potassium, and I would just try not to eat, as your body is adapting to the situation and will cause you more fat burning. And the palpitations is normal because your body is not used to it. It takes about 3 days to adapt.
Okay, so it's not super dangerous.
No, it is not dangerous because as long as you have the right trainer, right education, the right supplements, you can do intermittent fasting, and I believe it's the best thing you could do.
So you said the supplements, but it's about the salt or something natural,
Yes.
right? It's not we should buy some supplements.
No, I don't mean supplements like the creatine, any like that, like whey protein, all the latest protein that it wants you to buy, because that can only do so much for you. But if you're eating bad every time, your body will not digest all the supplements you take from the supplement companies, because your body is so broken down from eating every 2 hours that it's just basically you're wasting money. And some people consume excess protein, which they do not use because they think more protein, more muscle, but in this case, it's not.
It's not. So what is a decent amount of protein that you need to take in a day?
Basically, the protein you need in a day is 1 gram per body weight max. That's what I would say, because people think you need more protein to build muscle, but there's actually more to building muscle than just protein. That's just a little thing, one thing out of many things that will contribute to muscle gain. And protein alone will help gain muscle, but won't do it all.
Oh, okay, I see. So in conclusion, like for the beginners, how do we start intermittent fasting about like hours? Like can we start from like 12 hours or like 16 hours is the must? And also I want to ask you about the food recommendation that they can really eat.
So basically with fasting, I would recommend the first no snacks, and I would start from 3 meals a day to 2 meals a day, and eventually make my way to 1 meal a day. But that 1 meal a day is not a small meal, but a big meal, because I have not eaten for about 30 hours, and when I see that 1 meal, I can really consume that. And for the diet, I would recommend if you ever break your fast, I would recommend high protein and high fat, because if you spike your insulin with carbs first meal when you break your fast with the fasting, it will cause a really rapid insulin spike, and that will cause fat gain. So basically, you can eat carbs, but I would make sure for the second meal. First meal, protein and fat. It's better just to have protein in general, as it will cause an insulin spike.
Oh, okay. So like for example, so can we just fast for 12 hours as a beginner, or like must be like at least 16 hours?
For me, I think from what I read, 12 hours is okay, but
That's when you start using your fat, right?
yeah, after 12 hours, 14 hours, that's when you start to burn fat.
Oh, okay.
So if you really want fat burning, then yes, after 14 hours and longer would be the benefit.
So after you do fasting for 16 hours, like for example, let's say 16 hours. Okay, so the simple example is that you stop eating 10 p.m. and then you start eating next day 2 p.m., right?
Yes.
So that's 16 hours. And then as a fast meal, you better to get a protein and fat.
Yes.
Just like the beef.
Oh, beef, I would say is not a good option for breaking your fast, because it is very hard to digest, as red meat takes longer to digest. So I would advise you to take lean chicken breast, as it is very lean, or fish.
Or fish, okay. But for most of the beginners, like they want to eat rice, right?
They want to eat rice, but if you really want to see results and want to see how your body will do, I would recommend you don't eat rice too often.
Okay. Okay, I see. So instead of eating rice as a carbohydrate energy, what can we eat?
You can eat protein, or just, I would say, more fat, because people think we need carbs, but there is no such thing as essential carbs. There's essential protein and essential fats. Carbohydrates is not essential, as your body will make glucose from the liver, and the only body that needs glucose is your brain. And your brain can run on glucose or ketones. So basically, if your body is low on glucose, your liver will make it. So basically, you don't need glucose. But people love to eat carbs, so I would recommend you can eat carbs, but
It's
not
tasty,
too
right?
often.
That's why people love it, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so it's okay to eat a lot of fat and protein to break your fast, but not too much carbs, right?
No, not too much carbs, as it will cause an insulin spike and cause weight gain.
Okay, so should we do like 7 days in a week of intermittent fasting, or we can have cheat day?
I would say you can intermittent fast every day, 16 hours. But for me, I do about 30 hours to 40 hours, because I'm doing it not to gain muscle or lose fat, but for the health benefits, longevity, autophagy, cancer prevention, and many other benefits. But for me, for a beginner, I would recommend at least 3 to 4 days a week of fasting, 1 meal, a cheat day, because it is very hard to get back to your old self if you have a big cheat day.
Okay, so in the case of the Philippines lifestyle here, right? So they have a lot of flies and the pork foods, right? So they are fat, right?
Yeah.
So we can eat a lot of them.
Yes, you can eat a lot of fat, but make sure you don't consume a lot of rice with it, and make sure you watch the sodium. Avoid any soy protein, soy sauce, anything, as it will cause an estrogen spike, and cause you to gain fat and lose muscle.
Okay, so soy protein is actually not really good in
No.
your opinion.
My opinion is if you look at whey protein, you want to look at the ingredients, and if you see any soy protein, do not get, as soy, like I said before, will cause an estrogen spike.
Okay, I see. So, like when you said like the carbohydrate is good for working your brain better, right? But what about for the students and workers? They can replace to the keto energy.
Yes. Well, basically, about that, your body can use glucose and also ketones. What I've read recently is your brain prefers ketones over glucose, but if it has to choose, so it would choose ketones, but it can live off either. But if you're a student in school and you think that you don't have meals, so you think, oh, you have low energy, no concentration, I would advise fasting, as it will help you concentrate better, as your ketones and your epinephrine is up, and they'll cause you to focus more. As if you would eat a few meals before your class, you will have an insulin spike and an insulin crash, and that will cause you tired and can't think properly, and you just want more sugar and you cannot focus.
Oh, I see. Okay. So what do you think about people like the bodybuilders or workout people in general? They really focus on low fat and then high carbohydrates and taking BCAA during the workout, because it's kind of against what you said, right?
Well, basically, many people don't know what BCAAs are for: helping prevent muscle breakdown and absorbing amino acids. But if you take BCAAs during your workout, you're preventing muscle breakdown, and the whole point of working out is muscle breakdown. So why would you consume BCAAs while you're working out? How much muscle are you really breaking? I would advise to consume BCAAs after you work out with your meal to help absorb the protein and prevent more muscle breakdown and enhance muscle growth. And also, bodybuilders, they can consume all that as they want because they're on steroids.
Yeah.
And that's another topic.
Okay. All right. So guys, try to start intermittent fasting, and you can eat a lot of fats.
Yes, keto diet. And you want to make sure you get your calorie needs, because 1 gram of fat is 9 calories, and 1 gram of protein and carbs is only 4 calories. So if you really think about it, it's better to have fat and no carbs, as fat has more calories and helps you achieve and meet your goal maintenance and help you burn fat at the same time without raising your insulin to cause fat gain.
I have seen this guy eating rice too. So why do you take a carbohydrate?
Well, for me, I eat carbohydrates only the first thing to eat carbohydrate is right after a workout, to open up your cells to enhance protein synthesis. So basically, this is your cell, and then if you eat glucose, it's the key to open up your cells and your muscle cells. And then if you eat protein, it will go in the muscle. That's the only time you want insulin spike. But if you are not working out and you're breaking your fast, you do not want to increase insulin spike, because it will cause fat gain, because you have not worked out prior to your meal. I would eat rice if on occasion or whenever someone offers it to me, but basically on my diet, or if I had it my way, I would not be eating rice all the time.
Okay, so to get a good fat, I think it's gonna be a little bit expensive, right, to buy it here. What is a good recommendation to get a fat for you?
Well, basically, people think fat is expensive, but you can buy butter, which is about 120 pesos here in Robinson's, or you can get your good fat from egg yolks, avocados, and peanut, anything like that to help you consume. But it's very limited because we're in the Philippines and it's very hard to we don't have that many options here. So I would say just stick with eggs, avocado, olive oil, coconut oil, anything with no trans fat.
Oh, okay, I see. So how much grams of fat do you take in a day, you think?
For me, I think I get about 150 to 200 grams of fat a day.
Okay.
And yes, and my protein intake is about 24 ounces of meat
And what about carb? How many grams of carb?
My carbs fluctuate. My carbs will fluctuate to how I'm feeling that day, or when I just want to eat carbs, I'll eat carbs because I'm not really trying to lose fat, as
Oh yeah.
I already
This
don't
guy's
have
really-
fat. But my advice for you, if you want to lose fat, don't eat too much carbs, and don't eat as frequently.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I might invite him again and ask some questions. And if you guys have any questions or like discussions, just put it in the comment and then we can answer in the future videos.
I'm Jordan, and I would like you to follow me on A1 Fitness Instagram, and I would like to promote lifestyle, natural bodybuilding, and hopefully Katsu will invite me more,
Definitely.
and I'll share more information, and we'll have a training video for you guys coming soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can I see your abs, bro? Oh, see, it's right there. This is the answer, guys.
Every day like this.
Every day. 24 hours, 365 days, right?
Yes. Thank you. That's good.
Thanks, bro. Thanks so much.
So guys, I'm Aki and I'm 17 and I'm with Katsu tonight and we'll be doing a voiceover. So I actually met Katsu 2 years ago
Yeah.
and he was a physique athlete. So he transitioned from being a physique athlete to being a powerlifter. So I actually saw Katsu doing some 5x5, right? And he plateaued from that. So he was doing 265 5x5. And I saw his first set of 265 and it looked like an RP of 15 and he was about to die. So I told him, like, Katsu, you can try out other programs because that program's for beginners and this guy's actually been lifting for what, how many years?
Squat and deadlift, it's only been a year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But this guy has foundation, right? So I told him to like switch up to something that's for intermediate level, which is a Smolov program. And we're gonna check out this Smolov first week program. So let's go check it out.
Alright. Okay, so this is the day 1. I had like the 7 sets.
Yeah, 7 sets. And you can actually see he has very low calories. I don't know why he did that.
And I
But
made
you
a
can actually
good
see him
mistake.
talking here he's about to pass out. 'cause-
Fasting for 14 hours, not squatting. I feel like shit, I feel like falling out, I feel like passing out here. So guys, don't do intermittent fasting when you go for heavy powerlifting program. I need to do it anyway. I also wanted to be in aesthetics while doing powerlifting.
Yeah.
So it's always like training for yourself to find the best macros
Yeah.
and timing your diet too. But the next day, I
Yeah,
don't
you
do
can-
that
you'll see,
next
you'll
day,
see.
yeah.
You'll see. So it's a 3rd set. It's a 4th set. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks pretty fast, but
It's 210. Also, you can see how many hours I slept last night, so you can make sure about my condition too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a single. Yeah, that's actually, he has improved his form a little bit. Like he pauses at the bottom for a while and you actually have to get a bounce. You see
Yeah.
that beautiful dab right there.
Yeah, you told me I really have to go up very fast as soon
Yeah.
as you hit the depths, right? Yeah. Because if you really pause it at the bottom, like you don't, you can
Yeah.
hit heavier weight. No?
It's like doing a pause squat, you don't get the explosiveness.
Yeah.
So here, as what we said a while ago, he got higher calories and is able to perform better,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, he's got 2.2k calories. And how much do you weigh at this time?
I weigh like 152 pounds.
Yeah, around 67 kg.
Yeah, so times 14, and then my basic metabolism have to be will be 2,100.
Yeah.
So it's slight calorie surplus.
Yeah.
So
Oh, only
it's-
100 and you're doing bench after this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's,
right?
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I actually need to increase my calorie intake a little bit, but not by fat because
Yeah.
if you take fat like times 9 will be the calorie, right?
Yeah. You'll end up being fat.
Yeah, easily get fat, so I really have to get like good carbs and good protein, right?
So this is day 3 right now and he has 2.8k calories.
Yeah. So as you can see, I look very powerful. My
Yeah.
form got better. Yeah.
Still squatting and sleeveless.
Yeah, bro, that's very painful.
And a single, see, he pauses at the bottom and yeah, he has to
Not
improve
really
that.
good, no?
So that was the conclusion of his first week and he has a lot to improve. And hopefully in week 2 he'll be able to like get more explosiveness, because that's the heavy triples
Yeah.
and heavy doubles, and there's a 1x5 set in the small of week 2, day 3.
Oh, bro, that's gonna be very hard.
Yeah, it's gonna be very hard, bro.
Yeah. So what's the most important, like the key point to have strong explosive from the bottom position, like your core, like tight?
So what you do when you unrack the bar from the rack is to tighten your lats. You depress your lats a little bit. Yeah, chest up, put your chest up, and put air in every part of your body. It's like flex your core as if you're about to get punched.
Yeah.
So you go down, like, then as you go to the bottom, like you hit depth. Depth is when your hip crease is lower than your knees.
Yeah.
So when you,
no?
yeah, not below parallel. So when you hit that, like, boom, just explode. Don't pause at the bottom.
Yeah.
I think Katsu's like tight hips a little bit, so he has to loosen it by foam rolling or something
Yeah,
like that.
and stretching too.
Yeah, mobility stuff. So yeah, that concludes it, guys, and we'll be doing more voiceovers for week 2 Smolov or week 3 maybe.
Yeah, definitely, and also I'll be including his squat program too, like his squat video too, cause like he's got like much better squat, he's stronger than me, so we have a lot to talk again. All right, thank you for watching, guys, and thank you for Maki.
We'll see you next time.
What's up, guys? So today I'm with Maki. He's a
Messing with my head again.